On Thursday, August 4th, 2022, Elon Musk announced at the yearly stockholders meeting that Tesla's Cybertruck's price is most likely to change from the initial pricing that was unveiled in 2019. Now, after almost 3 years of waiting, Tesla is about to start receiving the first equipment necessary to start building these triangles on wheels for deliveries starting in 2023. So the question is, what will the new pricing look like? I spent a few hours doing some research and I've come up with a pretty good idea on where the Cybertruck pricing is most likely to end up, especially when compared to its competition. First, let's analyze the competition. I chose 3 vehicles that the Cybertruck is most likely to be cross-shopped with: the Ford F-150 Lightning, the Rivian R1T, and the GMC Hummer EV. Although the Cybertruck will more than likely be its own vehicle segment, as far as EV options go, these are the closest comparisons that we can use to determine where it's likely to end up. The Ford F-150 Lightning comes in 4 trims: the Pro, XLT, Lariat, and Platinum trims. These start at $47,000 all the way up to $97,000. It's important to keep in mind that all pricing I will show are base prices for the trims, excluding any add-ons like upgraded wheels, trims, materials, self-driving software, connectivity, etc. This will allow us to have the most apples-to-apples comparison possible. I've also listed the number of motors that are included in these trims, as well as the stated range, towing capacity, and bed size. These will come in handy when we look at the whole picture and analyze what each vehicle offers. Next, the Rivian R1T comes in 2 trims, Explore and Adventure. Adventure adds additional creature comforts and other features not related to performance. As far as motors and range goes, Rivian allows you to pick and choose a combination of motors and batteries that best fit your needs. For the sake of this exercise, I've picked up the Explore trim with 2 motors and the smallest battery to get a good idea of the cheapest version you can buy. Then the Adventure trim with 2 motors and the midsize battery, and the Adventure trim with 4 motors and the largest battery. And for the pricing, if you follow EVs at all, I'm sure you heard the massive blowback Rivian received when they increased their prices by more than $10,000, which forced Rivian to reverse their decision. I'll be using the current lower pricing for this exercise, although we all know Rivian really wants to charge the higher one, and honestly, I don't blame them. All jokes aside, you can see that the price of these vehicles range from $67,000 all the way up to $95,000. I've also listed the motors, range, towing capacity, and bed size for you to look at. And lastly, for competitors, here's the GMC Hummer, which comes in 4 trims: the EV2, the EV2X, EV3X, and the sold-out EV Edition 1. These start at around $85,000 all the way up to $110,000. Like before, I've listed the motors, range, towing, and bed size for us to see. Now for the fun part. Let's take all this information and see if we can figure out what Tesla's Cybertruck pricing will look like. Let's first take a look at Tesla's original pricing and feature set for the Cybertruck. You can see that Tesla offered 3 trims: single, dual, and triple motors, starting at $40,000, then moving up to $50,000 for the dual motor version and $70,000 for the tri-motor version. Like before, I've listed the number of motors, range, towing, and bed size. However, it's very likely these trims will change in order to more closely match what the competition is offering, as well as release any new features Tesla has been working on. I expect these trims to be changed to dual motor, quad motor, and plaid, which will use the quad motor setup. Within these variations, I expect Tesla to offer close to 300 miles of range on their dual motor setup, which exactly mirrors their original range estimate for the dual motor variant. However, battery technology hasn't slowed since, and I fully expect Tesla to leverage said technology in their self-proclaimed best product ever. In theory, we could see a surprise number here, but I'll keep it apples to apples. For the quad motor setup, I expect Tesla to offer 500 miles of range, which will mirror the tri-motor offering from before. And lastly, for the plaid, I expect a giant increase in performance from the quad motor spec, but with a battery penalty and one to your bank account as well. Given all this, here's what I expect the new pricing to be for these new trims for the Cybertruck. If we compare apples to apples as much as possible, Tesla would have raised the dual motor price by $10,000 from the original price, and if we compare the tri-motor top-of-the-line spec to the plaid, that's a $30,000 premium. Knowing how Tesla likes to execute their ramps, they will begin shipping the plaid models first, which will offer an extra motor, extra performance, and likely extra features that weren't previously announced, but will cost an extra $30,000 to the customer. Now, this is how Cybertruck trims will line up within Tesla's current product offering. The dual-motor Cybertruck will slot nicely between the Model 3 dual motor and Model 3 performance, while the quad motor and plaid will slot between the Model Y performance and the Model S dual motor. Although one could make the argument that the bottom trim should line up closer to the Model Y dual motor trim, Elon has stated in the past that Tesla will need to figure out how to build the Cybertruck at a lower cost than the Model 3. Given their current manufacturing improvements with Model Y and the fact that they have a competitive landscape to sell to, I think the pricing will be closer to the Model 3 than the Model Y. And lastly, here's how the Cybertruck is slotted in the competitive landscape we outlined earlier. You can see that the Cybertruck offers the longest bed, largest towing and longest range in all three trims versus its competitors, and has a unique advantage in the $80,000 and $100,000 slots with dramatically better specs versus its competition. However, it does seem like Ford is best slotted to offer the cheapest possible electric truck to the customer base, but comes at a relative handicap of range, bed size, and towing capacity. The real question becomes, what will Tesla offer as additional differentiators between itself and the competition outside of raw performance figures? Things like the vaulted bed, adjustable suspension with ramp access to the bed, in-car entertainment, charging network, and self-driving technology are features we already know about. I, for one, am very excited to see what Tesla comes out with, and it's going to be very fun to watch as we get closer to Cybertruck's delivery date. I would love to hear your opinion. What do you think Cybertruck's new pricing will look like? Leave a comment below. If you enjoyed the content, I would love it if you throw me a like. It helps the YouTube algorithm show this to more people. Thank you very much. And a huge shout out to my Patreon and YouTube channel supporters. Thank you very much. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Take it easy. Bye-bye.